I think your book has a level of confidence and trust that the reader is able to focus and read.
Sure.
And my book has Count Fartula in it.
Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And this week we're going back to the bowl for more of Uncle John's toilet stories.
Join us in the dark commode, won't you?
That's right. So we have done 2 previous episodes
Yes.
about Uncle John's, was it toilet reader? What's this called?
Bathroom reader.
Yeah,
the
bathroom
Uncle
reader.
John's bathroom reader. So I think that these have to have fallen out of style.
I think so.
Right? Were they ever in, I guess style is a weird word. Were they ever in vogue?
I guess so. I mean,
Ooh, I noticed you have an Uncle John's in there.
I guess so. Did a lot of people have this in the bathroom? I guess they did.
Grandpa is cool. Peep the bowl. Is that an Uncle John's?
Wow, I didn't know you were rich.
Oh, shit.
So these were honestly novelty gifts, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Compendiums of facts that were at least purportedly supposed to be kept in the bathroom
Yes.
for you to read while you're taking a dump. And we have gone back to this well in episodes, we started, I guess, in episodes 237 and 306. So really, this could be the conclusion of a trilogy.
It might be the conclusion of ever doing this,
Yeah.
given what I've got. I don't know about you.
I think this is it. I think I've stretched my Uncle John's strange and scary, freaky facts about peculiar people, bathroom reader for kids only, as far as it's gonna go.
Can you do me a favor? So that's the extended title of your book. Why
Yeah.
is it so heavy? I just picked it up out of your hand.
It's waterlogged from being in the bathroom.
This is a heavy, dense. I hope that's a thick
I guess
paper.
it kind of is. Yeah, no, it is a thick paper.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love it if you would check the copyright date on that.
Oh, sure.
I'm just curious when that was published. Because my book was published in 2013.
Mine is 2006.
Okay, so almost about, all right. So 2006 to 2013 is 7 years.
Yeah.
And then it's been a decade. My book is also specifically horror themed this time.
Yeah.
I had been reading from the 25th anniversary Uncle John's in the previous 2 episodes, but I felt like I tapped all the creepiness that was contained within that book.
Yeah.
So I ended up literally last week buying a new book for this show. So yes, I will have information from the Uncle John's The Haunted Outhouse Bathroom Reader for Kids Only, which itself also purports to specifically be scary.
Yeah.
And yet I'm going to have a huge issue with that marketing angle because I think it was bullshit.
I mean, there's a lot in this that is not scary.
What are they trying to pull?
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's just weird, or it's coincidences.
We've been talking about scary stuff every week.
I know.
For years. Uncle John's couldn't fill a pamphlet-sized book.
Yeah, you could read this with, I don't know, a couple dinners.
Why do I have to have anything in here where it's the police one time in training, they watched Die Hard? It's why
Yeah,
is that in
things
this
like that are
book?
here, too.
I don't care about that.
I know.
Get me to ghouls, goblins, please.
I will say, though, I can't complain too much because this book has taken me through 3 episodes. So even though there are certainly things in between where I'm I don't know if that really counts as a scary fact.
Okay.
I mean, there's certainly enough. Let me tell you what the essentially chapters are here.
Yes, please.
It's not what we're going to be going through, but since we're on the subject, this is the table of contents and the headings. Spooky stuff. Body-wise, scare yourself silly, it's a weird, weird world. That'll make sense. But then we got goofy games. One of a kinds is okay. Oh, yuck. Did you know? Unexplained, just for fun, sucks.
Yeah, a lot of those sections.
Yeah.
I have a lot of the stuff like that too. We're just off topic. I want scary stuff, Uncle John.
Absolutely.
And that's what you said you were going to give me in this horror-themed book.
Totally. And then it's mostly okay, just for funerals, but funerals. Histories, mysteries. Space case is okay. That's amazing, is not great. Potty time is specifically toilet facts, which I like, but is not great for the scary stuff.
But you're right. I can certainly appreciate this.
Of course. And then we have very eerie, which is on topic.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well, I think we're going to get into it. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be time to launch into these books, take a crack at them, crack the covers,
Yeah.
and read them.
Yeah, I think we're flush with stories to
Yeah,
tell.
I agree. But before we get into that, I can't wait.
Ooh,
Sit
I
back
know.
and enjoy a commercial break.
Okay, now, Will, I would like to hear a little bit of what's bothering you.
Okay, there's a lot that's bothering me about this book, and I'll remind you, it's titled Uncle John's The Haunted Outhouse,
Yeah,
Bathroom Reader for Kids Only.
right.
The Haunted Outhouse, right?
Is there like a theme?
No.
Okay.
No, it's crap. Grade A.
Yeah.
The Haunted Outhouse indicates to me that Uncle John, now typically when you think about an Uncle John's, what do you think about? An upscale bathroom, right? Glistening, clean,
Do we?
and then this novel is sitting on the sink beside the commode.
Yeah.
The Haunted Outhouse really indicates to me that they're going after the creep show market.
Ah, okay.
And true to fact, this is the Amazon description, okay? And I'll remind you, we paid $10 for this.
Yes.
Our company.
I know.
What do you get when you cross a classic scary story such as The Telltale Heart with Uncle John's trademark sense of humor? You get The Telltale Fart. P.U. That's what it says. That's literally what it says.
Yeah.
P.U. is included. And that's just one of many twisted classic and original tales of humor and horror you'll find inside the Haunted Outhouse. You'll also find a spine-tingling collection of facts about topics such as real-life mad scientists, history's terrible tyrants, and the world's deadliest weather. You'll find terrifying tales including Revenge of the Meatloaf, The Legend of Pee-Pee Hollow,
I really like that.
the creature from the Black Lagoon, and the no good, very bad day? Which is
Is that all
bizarre.
together?
Yeah, it appears to be.
Weird.
But there are also frightening facts about the curse of Amen-Ra, the attack of the cow lady, decay-causing toothworms, and the FBI's body farm. So I have to say, all of that really set up that like everything in this book, whether it's fictional stories written by Uncle John himself, who I do
Yeah.
believe to be an individual.
I can dispute that.
Oh no, are there many Uncle Johns?
It's a collection of people.
Well, yeah.
A collective.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that
Of course. There's
has-
no Uncle John.
no one person could
Do all this.
do all this.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the book does not feel overly spooky at all. In fact, like it feels like it's like the ratio is like, I don't know, 33% creepy theme.
Yeah.
And 66% just, I don't know, whatever. Just junk, just crap. Although they do have a fun little thing, even in the Kindle version, where there's like a little icon. It's almost like a little wingding. A little clip art creature pops up. And you can count every time this creature appears throughout the book.
That's cute.
Count Fartula.
They really lean on farts, which makes sense.
They lean
course.
heavy on farts.
Yeah.
They do love farts.
Yeah.
So they do start the book.
Especially because it's for the kids version. Like the Uncle John's adults version probably doesn't do that.
True. Yes, you're
A
probably
little bit
right.
classier. You did have the 25th edition or whatever, which is more adult leaning.
Right.
I didn't hear a lot about a fart in there.
You're right. Yeah, not so many farts. Everything here is very little kid. And that might also be the problem is that, like,
Yeah, they can't really get into it.
I'm just, everything here felt like homework.
Right.
Because I'd be like, wait, I want to know more about that. And then I'd have to go do my own research, which is not the point of an Uncle John's. You want to feel like you got something meaty on the ball, right? And then you're able to just like go tell a friend.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like even for a little kid, and maybe I'm just misremembering what it was like to be young and innocent and full of frivolity and freedom.
Of course.
But I still feel like the factoids in this book, you'd tell someone and they'd be like, but wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
but why? Like it would, there's not enough in any
Yeah.
of the information that I've got that ever felt substantial.
I understand that.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Don't worry. I'm not going to be poo-pooing the Uncle John's Haunted Outhouse book the whole time. They did start with some zombie-themed jokes. So we're a comedy show.
Yeah.
Right? A comedy show about scary stuff. Maybe you'll love these.
Okay, great.
Okay? It's all zombie-themed jokes. Ready? What do you get when you cross a zombie with a snowman?
What?
Frostbite. Ba-dum-bum.
Okay.
Okay? Do zombies eat candy with their fingers?
No, what? What are they eating with?
No, they eat the fingers separately.
Ah, pretty good.
What did the zombie eat after his teeth were cleaned?
What?
The dentist!
Pretty good.
And the last one I've got, it's a little bonus joke, and it's like a play.
Yeah.
Ready? Here, why don't you be... Well, I'll give it to you. Ready?
Okay.
Zombie kid says, Mommy, do I have daddy's eyes? And then Mombi, as its title says...
Yes, dear. Now eat them before they get too cold.
Oh, he's eating his dad's eyes.
Good stuff.
Yucky.
Yeah.
And then here's the week crap.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. The facts I wrote this week. There's a section called Spider Inside Her.
Oh.
Okay? Quote, put this one at the top of your nightmare list. A Chinese woman, known only as Ms. Li, went to China's Changsha Central Hospital, complaining of an itchy ear. When Dr. Lu Sheng took a look inside, he found a spider living in the woman's ear canal. Apparently, it had crawled in while Li was asleep. The doctor feared that extracting the spider with surgical equipment might cause it to drill its barbs deeper. What? So, she washed the spider out with a saline solution.
Ew. Okay.
Right?
What?
I don't know. Is that enough for you?
I think for that, yeah, for a kid.
All right, fair enough.
You're reading these facts on the John when you're like there for a minute. I mean, how deep do we want to get?
Okay, well, there's another story.
Yeah.
About a raccoon that got hit by a car, and then somebody had to paint those yellow lines on the street.
Uh-huh.
And they painted over the raccoon.
Yeah.
So it's road,
raccoon,
road, and the yellow line just goes right over it.
Yeah.
And in Uncle John's, they say a biker saw it and said he, quote, almost wrecked his motorcycle. He was laughing so hard.
I mean, William, this is for children.
But they didn't see me coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Supposedly,
their toughest critic yet is now looking at this book.
Me. Supposedly, they left a foot-long gap where Old Yeller used to be, which
they're calling the raccoon Old Yeller.
Yeah, I can't tell if the book is calling it that or the people called it that.
That's strange.
I looked this one up. I looked them all up.
Yeah.
This is true. The Huffington Post had reported this. Crew paints over raccoon roadkill. I don't know why this makes it to the news.
Yeah. Human interest stories.
But who finds this? Like, does a person contact the news, or does the news contact literally everyone to see if they have anything?
Crap like this ends up on the news all the time.
I guess that's true. But I was wondering if it was like they leave a gap in the yellow line.
Right.
Always. Or no, it's just they removed the roadkill and now there's a gap.
Yes, I think it's that.
It's that.
Yeah.
But the book made it sound like somehow they memorialized this raccoon. They always leave a gap now for the raccoon. I was like, that's weird.
Sounds weird.
It's weird either way.
Yeah.
We'll swap to you in just a moment,
sure.
But I do have one other from this section that they had called, I don't know, whatever, just weird facts, I guess. Okay. Here's a section about something weird that was found in luggage.
Okay.
And this I thought was by far the meatiest thing at the start of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in the section is all like, somebody had a G.I. Joe toy in their bag at the airport, and their bag got flagged because the G.I. Joe had like a toy AR-15.
Okay, yeah.
And the airline is like, we don't allow weapons on the plane. We don't even allow pretend weapons on the plane.
Yeah.
But it's like it's like
teeny weeny.
Yeah, I think they mean that for like a kid's like pistol toy, not for a G.I. Joe sized pistol toy. So that's an amusing anecdote.
Yes, it's like a half-inch long.
Here's a concerning anecdote.
Okay.
A seal's head.
What?
A biology professor flying from Boston's Logan International Airport to Denver, which means he's going to the Denver International Airport.
The scariest airport of all.
Uh-huh. And he's got something scary in his luggage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Had the severed head of a harbor seal in his luggage. He told airport security officers that he'd found a dead seal on a beach and cut off its head to use for educational purposes, quote unquote. Not good, says Uncle John, which is a little editorializing.
They're right.
Not good. And not legal.
Yeah.
Federal laws make it illegal to remove body parts from a dead mammal. And transporting wildlife body parts? Don't even think about it unless you have a permit. The professor didn't. If charged, and this is where I was confused, and this is why it felt like homework to me.
Sure.
If charged, he could be fined up to $20,000 and spend a year in prison.
Huh.
Which I'm like, how cutting edge is the Uncle John's news? Like, this is like,
right. How up to date is this?
if charged, like, you didn't even wait until the story had fully played out, Uncle John?
Right. They had to go to press now.
Right. We've got a deadline, Uncle John. It's like the opening of Zodiac. Like, what should we run in the Uncle John's haunted outhouse?
Right.
I've got this piece about a professor with a seal's head. What ended up happening to him? It's not clear yet.
There's no time.
Okay. Run it on page 7.
It seems not worth waiting, I will say.
But I was curious. Don't you want to know what happened to the professor? Did he get fined? Did he end up getting a year in jail or whatever?
I bet he didn't.
Okay, well let's find out.
Yeah,
because I know.
Yeah.
Well, I sort of know. Is I did again try to research this, or at least verify Uncle John's work, and yes, he was unimpeachable. All of this information turned out to be exactly true.
I'm glad to hear it because I did not do that. So that means I feel like based on your work, we can take everything that we find in mine as law.
It lends some credibility. Yeah, I'm comfortable saying whatever Uncle John said, is law.
Great.
Law is a good way to put it. Ironclad. So I did look this up, and thefreelibrary.com had an article where they said basically everything Uncle John said, including that the guy could be fined up to $20,000 and might have to spend a year in jail. They did provide one additional piece of information that Uncle John hadn't covered, saying that the seal head that was in his luggage was confiscated.
Yeah.
So he didn't get to keep it.
Bummer.
But then it's like, the people at the airport now have to like...
But to say what they do with that.
Ew, do I really have to confiscate this, boss? I don't want to.
No, who wants to have to handle that? And what was it in?
Yeah, exactly. Was it just wrapped up in his like an old shirt?
Maybe it was just like a newspaper.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Just sick stuff.
Yeah.
But this newspaper article also didn't go on to say what was this professor's fate.
Yeah.
And then I started digging. I was going down this rabbit hole trying to figure out what happened to the professor.
Have to know.
His name was never reported.
Yeah.
There are limited sources about this at all, and many of them just fed me back to this very book. It does appear to have happened, but there is no conclusion. And that's where I'm like, now I have less of an issue with Uncle John and more of an issue with like the news industry.
Yeah.
What, you don't follow up?
Right.
You just report this story and you're like, he could get fined. And then it's like, that's all you need to know, John Q. Public.
Pretty much.
I'm curious, though. I want to know what ended up happening to this guy. He's still out there, probably.
Well, we're putting out a call. If you are this man,
yeah,
what happened to you?
What happened?
What happened to me?
I don't even care if it's like you're friends with him or you're his relative. I want to hear from him.
Right. No, we need to hear from the source.
Yeah.
Or if you're the seal.
Yeah, maybe you're the seal.
Yeah.
But isn't it weird that it's like the news will report like he could get fined or spend a year in jail?
Yeah, with no follow-up.
Anyway. Moving on.
I think maybe because it's not that interesting.
Well, that's my point, is like, why report it at all? If you're not going to have
I think because the curiosity is that this guy did this.
Yeah.
And nobody's probably really that interested in the follow-up.
But I am.
I know.
Is no one else?
I know. I have to tell you, I'm not. But I bet other people are.
I want to know what happened to this guy.
I guarantee other people are.
He's still just out there.
I know. He's probably still doing it.
Waiting.
He probably got away with it. So now he feels emboldened to keep doing it, honestly.
Waiting and watching.
Yep. Watching and waiting.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay, so as always, I am fascinated by who is putting this together. They're enigmatic.
Yeah.
It's just always referred to as being by the Bathroom Readers Institute.
Yes, okay.
And I know that I looked into this when we first did these episodes. In episode 237, I looked into, I think, the information at the back of the book. I believe that there was like a P.O. box that you could send something to.
More like a PU box.
That's good. But I want to see, like, you know, a couple of years later, what's doing with the Bathroom Readers Institute. So, on the Simon & Schuster website, here's what they say about the mysterious BRI.
Okay.
It's still pretty jokey. I mean, who the hell knows what's going on here? Wait a second. Hang on, I guess.
Could it be Simon and or Schuster, who is secretly Uncle John and has been the whole time?
I think that they could be. Yeah. Maybe it's the two of them working together and then they just call themselves the Institute.
Yeah.
The Bathroom Readers Institute is a tight-knit group of loyal and skilled writers, researchers, and editors who have been working as a team for years. The BRI understands the habits of a very special market, throne sitters, and devotes itself to providing amazing facts and conversation pieces. Now, I think this is the first time we've heard the readers referred to as throne sitters.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like how Stephen King calls his readers like his loyal...
Constant readers.
Constant readers.
Yeah.
Listen up, throne sitters. I've got another one for you.
I think this is new. I don't think that this is something that we came across in episode 237, those many years ago. So somebody is working on the branding a little bit, but not that much.
No.
Because there isn't a social media presence for Uncle John's bathroom reader.
There's not? I was about to ask, like, have they transformed into the modern era with a plum?
Okay, no, and I've looked into this.
Okay,
So
all right.
They used to have an Instagram, and now it says go to Portable Press for their Instagram, which is, I guess, an imprint of Simon & Schuster. Okay. So there is a Portable Press Instagram, but it hasn't been updated in 2 years. And it's also for like other things that are other like fact books, not just Uncle John's.
Okay, so they've been silent.
Right.
What are they cooking?
Exactly. What are they up to? I think that it's kind of like when an artist, like a music artist, wipes out, so to speak, their entire Instagram before a new album comes out. And everybody's like, wait a second, Beyonce just deleted all of her pictures. What does it mean? That means a new album is coming.
Uh-huh.
So
Uncle John's been suspiciously quiet lately.
Has anybody noticed? We have. Also, I thought, okay, we've had these bathroom readers for a long time. That's all well and good. But in the modern era, mostly what are people taking to the bathroom with them? These.
Yeah.
Their cell phones.
Their telephones.
I wondered, did Uncle John develop an app? Is that maybe why?
Look at you.
Yeah.
You're like a cub reporter.
I am. I should have been on the beat for this sealhead.
That's right.
So I wondered, maybe this stuff isn't updated because they've been working on this app. William, there was an app.
Oh.
It is out of order now. It hasn't been updated since 2016. But it was out there. And I can tell you the information that used to be on the app page.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. It was on iOS. It wasn't updated for iOS 3, I believe.
Whoa, okay.
Yes.
3.
I know. Can't get enough of the great facts and articles in Uncle John's bathroom reader? Well, now you can get more of them on the go. We're here to help you impress your friends and family at the office, at parties, and around the dinner table, not on the toilet. And to help you achieve the well-deserved status of a know-it-all. Daily Facts. Get a daily dose of Uncle John. Daily Facts give you a daily fact from Uncle John's bathroom reader, like the famous running feet in our books. I guess
What?
I don't know.
I have no idea what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
Is it like a Count Fartula thing? Like
Maybe it
they
is.
just have like toes on some of the pages?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
They're overestimating
For grown-ups.
they're overestimating their icon status. I don't know about your running feet, Uncle John. I know your name and I know about it's a toilet book. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Listen to this. A new fact will be added every day, so the fun will never run out.
One fact?
But one fact every day? Somebody who's in charge of making sure there's 365 facts a year? I'm
Yeah.
kind of impressed, actually.
Really?
I don't think that's not bad for 2015.
I don't think I realized that these were all supposed to be things that like impress your friends.
Well,
Like they're facts to like
again,
amaze.
William, this is Spencer Gifts level stuff.
'Cause I
this
have-
is not really supposed to amaze. I mean, this is pure novelty crapola.
Does this impress you?
Yes, already, yes.
Here's how I wrote it. Lady Gaga's meathead in 2012 didn't smell bad.
Oh my God.
Remember she wore that meat dress?
Yeah.
They said it didn't smell bad.
And they just said the meat head?
I wrote meathead.
Oh. Because she did have, it was really funny. She had on like a little hat. It was like
Yeah.
a meat hat off to the side, like a jaunty little chapeau.
Yeah.
It was really good.
It's me chapeau.
Oh, it's me chapeau. It goes on. Weekly articles will energize your brain. The folks at Bathroom Readers Institute are digging deep into the BRI vault of bizarre and amazing stories from pop culture, history, science, humor, and all-around great entertainment. A new article will be added every week. You never know what you'll get, but you can be sure you'll love it. Read all of our blog posts directly from the app. Be the first on your throne to hear about new releases, sales, contests, giveaways, whatever crazy stories the weirdos at the BRI feel like posting, and much more. Search by keyword to find information on topics of interest. If your search comes up empty, don't worry. We're adding new facts and articles every day. Then there's some boring stuff that's about like how it works. And then under the heading fun, need an impromptu fart sound? Squeeze our ducky and he'll help you out.
Wait, the duck makes a fart?
Yeah, there's a little duck icon that you can tap or something, and then it farts.
Why wouldn't it be a whoopee cushion?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they have a duck that makes a bathroom duck sound, just like a squeak?
Well, I don't know, because the duck is like an icon of the bathroom.
I guess it is. You know what? I'm gonna chastise myself. It is amusing to tap on a duck and then it farts.
Yeah, I get it. By the way, I'll show you a screenshot of the homepage, and I think you'll get it.
Okay, all right.
Then it says, "Good news: ducky farts are odorless."
Okay.
And then it says you can email unclejohnsbathroomreader@gmail.com with any questions or concerns. I know.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
But you better believe I will.
Yeah, I really want to know now. Definitely get back to me in the future.
So this is what it looked like.
Oh yeah, wow. This is very
it's very old.
Original iPhone, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like a ripped piece of toilet paper with headings that say daily facts, articles, blog, and fun. And then the ducky that I guess you can press on to make it fart is wearing an Elvis wig and Elvis sunglasses inexplicably.
It's crazy to me that like the whole point of Uncle John's was bring it to the bathroom and probably leave it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Now it's I gotta go to the John. Let me open up my favorite app instead of using the rest of the internet. Anything the whole idea was I have nothing. I can read the back of the hand soap, or I can read this book of factoids. Now it's I've got the internet in the palm of my hands. Let me open up my Uncle John's app.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe
and only read their type of stuff.
Perhaps that's why it didn't last very long.
I know. It seems short-sighted. Do you?
Yeah.
All right. To truly ask, do you think that this exists anymore?
No, it doesn't exist anymore.
It's done.
Yeah.
Well, we were joking about they're cooking something. Do you think they're going to release?
I thought you meant the app, the books.
The books, all of it. The Bathroom Readers Institute, is that office empty?
I think they're still putting out books on the website. It seemed like they update every year.
Wow.
Yes, there's a new book every year.
Crazy.
And there's a blog that stays updated. There was a blog for Pride Month, June 2024.
From Uncle John?
It was from the Portable Press or whatever.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm talking about the Uncle John's label within Portable Press.
I think it was still in existence. The books were still coming out.
Uncle John's still going.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm. If I remember, yes.
Okay. Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Maybe if we do a part 4, we'll have to look at the up-to-date Uncle John.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, I just think
the year 2029.
I feel like
the next time we do it.
Right. We need a break. I feel like the fact that there aren't any scary branded books.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's when did this book come out? It was 2016?
2013.
Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. The scary ones seem to be only for kids.
Yeah, but I think that you could do it. I just don't know why they have this shit in it. Russell Brand had a mouse in his hair that he named Elvis.
Yeah, that's not scary.
It's not scary. It's just stupid.
It's not even spooky.
No. It's just dumb.
Yeah, that is disappointing.
Yeah, I'm let down by Uncle John.
Yeah.
I do have I did find other stuff, but
no, of course.
It's just why do I have to go digging in the haunted outhouse to find something horror themed? It's called the haunted outhouse.
Yeah, you would think it'd be chock-a-block full.
For Pete's sake.
I know. Well, before we move on to finding some actual, because I do have some actual spooky or weird stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, okay. I do. All yeah. Right. Before we go and look at that, let's talk about our own haunted outhouse.
Yes, please. The Dark Commode.
Yes. This is patreon.com/GTTUpod, which houses our whole second podcast. We have a second weekly podcast called The Netherworld Dispatch that comes out every single Monday for our Demon tier members.
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. And there are other tiers as well.
Yes.
You can join on the zombie tier for $1. Yes. You can join for free as well. That's what I was thinking of. Mm-hmm. And you can join our ghost tier. You get an episode in the Netherworld Dispatch every month. You also get into our Discord.
Yes.
You can become a Banshee and get 2 episodes of the Netherworld Dispatch every month. Or, yes, you can be a demon and get them all. Mm-hmm. And that's where you would see our most recent episode 168. Wait for the bird. Which is a very literal order in that episode title.
Yeah.
In this episode, we did an update on Long Legs, which has viral marketing, which is continuing. Even still, I'm working on it. And then we looked at scary internet stuff.
Yeah.
But it all culminated. I don't want to say that those first two things weren't fun and important, because I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But then about in the last, let's say, like 15 minutes, my world changed.
So did mine.
I showed Kristen a couple of videos of weird animals. One in particular was a bird.
Shocking.
A talking bird that says, I'm not going to hurt you. Come here. I'm not going to hurt you. And when I tell you that Kristen screamed at what this bird did, I'm not saying enough. Kristen flew back in her seat. Kristen squawked herself.
The bird, like, all of a sudden, like, flew at its owner or whatever. So
There was a jump scare.
Yeah, I was startled by it or whatever.
And then Kristen, you can listen in the last 13 minutes of this episode, 168, Wait for the Bird. Kristen tries to make sense of the import of a bird being able to talk. And
it's messed up. It's not that the bird is just talking. It's holding a conversation with the owner. In this particular video, it's so weird. It's answering in context. The owner says something, it'll be like, no.
Yeah, they're like,
no.
I don't want you to come near me, Barley. And then he goes, because you're going to hurt me.
It's like,
and he goes,
no.
No, come here. I'm not going to hurt you.
What the That's
it
so
sounds
weird.
It sounds like a back and forth, but I believe the quote from you was, this is huge.
It feels huge to me. It still feels wrong. Like that this bird is like processing what to say next.
I've been thinking about talking animals all week, and I will have more to present to you on the next Netherworld Dispatch.
God.
But this is where it all began. Tell him, Steve Dave. What do we do? What's our show?
I know.
The Netherworld
You're
Dispatch.
working on Tell him Steve Dave a lot right now.
Yeah. The Netherworld Dispatch 168, Wait for the Bird. Guacamole.
Right.
Out of control. Go check that out.
Crazy bird.
It is a crazy bird.
I don't know what was
but,
going on.
Your reaction in particular was almost like violent and shocking. Like, I don't know. It was the biggest reaction. I never, ever would have anticipated.
Don't you feel that way a little bit?
No, because I don't think I see it the way you see it.
We've talked about, and you do feel that way a little bit.
In a very little bit. The idea that a bird is able to respond in context appropriately to a human
That's
seems
all I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you right now. I don't know why you're interrupting. So you're getting heated right now. You can't handle this topic. Like, you really can't control yourself about animals talking. It is crazy, but I don't think it means that the bird knows what all these words mean. The bird is...
It's just guessing really well?
No.
How's it answering so well?
I think that there are enough context clues that it provides the response phrase that fits the moment best. Don't hurt me. I think you're going to hurt me, Barley. I'm not going to hurt you. It heard the word hurt, and it used the phrase it knows that has that sound in it.
But sometimes says, I'm going to hurt you, Barley, and goes, no. That's weird.
I bet it's just mimicking things that it's heard before, Barley.
I know.
But
I know it's mimicking things. I feel misunderstood.
No.
I don't think it knows these words.
No, here's the problem. I understand you perfectly. I am not Barley, and I know exactly what you mean. I know you don't think that Barley is conjuring up its own language. I know you know that he's just repeating sounds he's heard before.
Yes.
But what I'm saying to you is that he's got a library of sounds he's heard before, and he's bringing out the sounds he's heard before based on other stimuli than just, because this is the part that I disagree with you, and I see you formulating like about to talk. Barley is not saying, here's the right rebuttal. Barley, either because... God damn, I can't believe we're having this conversation now. I really can't. This is insane. Barley is essentially being like, okay, we're in the midst of this thing now where one of those people says those sounds to me.
Yeah.
And typically, if I say, I'm not going to hurt you or whatever, the human will go like, no, Barley, no. So he's just cycling through all this stuff. He's not really listening to the human at all. He's not listening to the human.
Yeah.
He's copying things the human's saying. He's not listening to the human and then saying the appropriate response phrase. That's where I disagree with you. I don't think that Barley is responding, really.
No.
He's just making sounds, and because they're all about the same goddamn topic, which is you're gonna hurt me, Barley, they're all interchangeable. If Barley had just
I'm not sure. I'm just not sure.
Okay, all right. More. We have more.
Okay, all right.
Listen, I have other clips of birds talking. I will show them to you on the Netherworld Dispatch this week.
Okay.
We'll talk about Coco the gorilla, the whole thing.
Oh,
all right,
God.
don't worry. There will be no shortage of trying to. I don't know if you and I will ever agree. I don't think we'll ever.
I'm not that far away from agreeing. I'm just not sure.
Anyway, patreon.com/GTTUpod.
It's like cracked
We have to move on.
cracked me.
We have to move on.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear them. You know.
I know.
I want to hear them.
Yes.
The commercials.
I know. I'm dying for them.
Let's break. And the break is over.
Okay.
Back to work.
Yes, of course.
All right. More. What else? What do you want?
All right. What do I want? Okay.
I want from you. I want something scary from you because you gave us, I think, a very measured and crafty explanation of the Bathroom Readers Institute today, somewhat. But I want to hear what this book has to offer. This was the original horror-themed Uncle John's book, I think.
I think so. Yeah. All right. So, it's little shorties or whatever.
Sure.
And I did not look them up, but I can see,
I'll just believe them.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So this one is called Tombstone Tales, and this is from Ohio. So for our Ohio readers, maybe stop on by, which they suggest. It says if you're ever in Ohio, stop by and say,
Say, hi.
Ohio. Great Ball of Mystery. Marion Cemetery in Marion, Ohio is home to the Merchant Ball. This 5,200-pound granite ball, the gravestone for the Charles Merchant family, rests solidly on a stone pedestal, but ever since 1898 it has rotated all by itself. The family first noticed the phenomenon when a spot where the granite had not been polished suddenly appeared. They tried to stop the ball from spinning. They had a crane lift the 2.5-ton stone and tar it back. I've never heard that. Tar it back into place, like glue it back into place.
Yeah, basically.
But it continued to turn. What causes the mystery movement? Some say a restless spirit moves the ball. Others think it's a result of temperature changes, which make the base expand and contract. But that would leave scratches in the ball, and there aren't any. It seems to float on its pedestal. There are other stone balls in the Marion Cemetery, but they don't turn. The Merchant Ball remains an unsolved mystery.
Wow.
Why is this thing turning?
That feels very weird New Jersey.
Yeah, I know.
Right? There's just like a natural thing, and it's happening.
Yeah.
It's verified that this is occurring.
Yes.
What do we make of it? And it is weird. Is that like, is the world spinning? Is it
Well, the
Earth?
world is flat, so that doesn't make sense.
Of course. Yes, the world is flat.
No, I have no idea. That's very strange.
That is really crazy.
I don't know. I can give you another one. You want a little shorty about the true tale of a real-life Rip Van Winkle?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, this one is titled Sleeping Beauty. On February 3rd, 1866, Molly Fancher, a 23-year-old Brooklyn woman, felt dizzy and collapsed on the floor in a faint. Her aunt put her to bed thinking Molly would come out of it, but she didn't. For the next 46 years, Molly lay in a trance, barely breathing, eating, or drinking.
46 years?
So I got to tell you, this one, I said that I didn't look things up. I did look this up, and I will admit something to you guys that I don't like to admit. It felt like a can of worms, and I went, maybe not. And I closed the door.
Yeah, I understand
Okay.
that.
So.
That's what we did with Fatty Arbuckle.
Yes.
Last week.
Yes, in fact it is.
I peeked through the door and went, I don't want to look through this door.
That's basically right. Yeah. So I don't think that this could be, and I'll tell you just a little seed of what I remember from looking it up when I'm done reading it, in case anybody else wants to look this up further. But so anyway, it says for 46 years she was in a trance. None knew what had caused this strange sleep nor what to do about it. Then, 9 years into her trance-like state, Molly began to display amazing powers. She could describe the dress and actions of people hundreds of miles away and could read unopened letters.
What?
One famous test of her powers involved sealing a secret message inside 3 envelopes and then hiding it in her doctor's office 5 miles away. When the doctor asked Molly what was in the envelope, she whispered, "Written on a sheet of paper are the words, 'Lincoln was shot by a crazed actor.' She was right."
Wait, wait, didn't she write the who wrote the notes? I thought it said she wrote the notes.
Hang on.
She wrote her own notes and then knew what they said?
Yes.
Well, no shit.
Correct.
What?
Correct.
What astounding powers.
So, right. It seems what would be more astounding is that she knows that happened, but this reads like it's amazing that she knew what she wrote.
Yeah, someone else needs to have written those notes, and then she can read them through the paper and far away. It can't be, I write on a piece of paper, Abraham Lincoln was shot.
Now that I'm rereading it, it doesn't actually say that she wrote the message.
Thank God, it better not.
One famous test of her powers so you know what? Okay, one famous test of her powers involved sealing a secret message inside 3 envelopes and then hiding it in her doctor's office 5 miles away.
Yeah, all of that. I can sense the ambiguity now,
exactly,
but it all
same.
reads as if she did that.
It does. I read it as though she did that. Now reading it back, it's that somebody else did that, and then she intuited what it read.
That's so stupid.
It is so stupid.
Okay.
Molly Fancher became known...
Is this my card? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, good job. You know your own thing.
Well done. She became known as the Brooklyn Enigma. And then it says, for the kids, an enigma is something mysterious and hard to understand. Then one day in 1912, the 70-year-old woman woke up. She lived 3 more years, but she remains an enigma. To this day, no one has ever fully explained what caused her long, strange sleep. Okay, so when I looked this up, her story was housed underneath a Wikipedia page. There are other things, obviously, but a Wikipedia page called Fasting Girls. And apparently this was a thing. I didn't look into it a ton. I'm doing this completely from memory, where there was kind of like a trend where there were girls for a while who were fasting, and then they were going into this state of mania that they were seeing as being connected to having like spiritual power. So I don't know about this whole 46-year thing. I think that it could be that she kind of like was coming in and out of consciousness. I don't know about for how long. And that's where the root of this comes in.
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting story. I'll say a big difference between your book and my book. I think that your book is written for a more mature audience.
Okay.
Because even that story, like that was longer than almost anything in my book.
Yeah.
And it used the word enigma. So, and even new, like we need to define this if we have younger readers.
Right.
I think your book has a level of confidence and trust that the reader is able to focus and read.
Sure.
And my book has Count Fartula in it. So I think that's also my frustration with my book. I think my book is written, your book is written if you're like 10.
Yeah, okay. And
8 to 10. And mine is written if you're like 5.
Yeah.
And I think there was a big disparity there.
I can see
because
that.
all the information that you just had is the kind of information that I wanted out of some of my stories, where it's just like, she had a spider in her ear. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, why don't I just keep reading from mine then? That's totally fine if you want. Up to you. Totally up to you.
I still found better stuff.
Okay.
I'm telling you. But I do think, because now I'm realizing, I was like, listening to you tell that story, it sounded like clear and mature.
Well, somewhat.
I know. There's still plenty of ambiguities because they've got to leave something off the table.
Well, also, we thought that Molly wrote those letters that she sealed.
That's true, too. It's poorly written.
Yes.
but better written than my thing.
I have to tell you, William.
Yeah.
So, when I was looking up the BRI and stuff, I was like, oh, maybe I'll like pitch myself to the Bathroom Readers Institute.
I was thinking the same thing.
I could write this blog and stuff. I don't know if I should do that after this episode.
Oh, because why?
Yeah.
Because we're being negative about it?
Yeah, we're talking about how poorly written it is and stuff.
But this is weird because I'm like, I think
Which is fine,
I think
by
you're
the way.
right. I think it's okay to criticize things because what a criticism really is saying this could be better.
I'm not regretting us doing it. I'm just saying,
We speak our truth, and why can't things be better?
I'm not regretting it. I'm just saying, perhaps my future with the BRI is written on the bathroom wall.
Sometimes a criticism is not purposeless.
Yes.
It's a declaration that there's a new height that we could reach.
Of course.
I would be thrilled to write an article for the Bathroom Readers Institute if they paid me. And
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I would need to be paid to write for the Bathroom Readers Institute.
I don't think anybody's doing it pro bono.
Are you sure?
No, but who?
Are you sure?
Why would that happen?
You know how this industry works, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see. Now, here's a good indication of why my book is weak.
Yeah.
But I do have something better on top of it. Again,
Yeah.
I felt like my book just made me like have to do a further research to make it suitable for the show.
I understand.
There's a section of my book that's called villainesses. It's like, oh, cool. We're gonna get stories of like scary, evil women.
Yeah.
Right? The villainess, Cruella de Vil from 101 Dalmatians. How bad is she? This is what the book is saying. Ready?
Yeah.
How bad is she? Subtract the la from Cruella, you get cruel.
Oh, boy.
And duh plus vil equals devil.
Yeah.
See how my book stinks?
No, I see.
Rich and spoiled, this cruel devil loves her collection of fur coats more than anything. In the movie, she's on a single-minded mission to obtain fur for a black and white spotted coat. Only one animal has white fur with black spots, the Dalmatian. Cruella's dastardly plan? Kidnap and skin Dalmatian puppies to make the coat.
See, this is weird because...
The end.
Right, of course. It's weird because, like, it is breaking it down to a extreme extent to be explaining why Cruella de Vil is like cruel devil.
Yeah.
But then to talk about skinning Dalmatian puppies in this book for like child.
I agree.
For child.
But also for Child's is the movie 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah, true.
So, but this is just telling you the plot, really the premise
Yeah.
of 101 Dalmatians. This is like back of the box stuff. And it's in this book. And they just leave it at that and move on to something else. So, to zhuzh it up a bit and for my own curiosity, because I haven't thought about Cruella de Vil in a million years, I Googled something. Who was the inspiration for Cruella de Vil? And there is an answer.
Yeah.
So, Cruella de Vil was inspired by the actress Tallulah Bankhead.
Oh, yeah, I have heard this.
You've heard this? Who was gruff and tough, controversial, seemed quite frankly like a badass for her era.
Yeah, yeah.
And this was the most interesting fact, reportedly smoked 120 cigarettes a day.
Wow.
Which also tracks with Cruella de Vil because she's always got that long-stemmed cigarette holder.
Ugh, so chic.
Right?
But don't smoke.
Don't smoke. But I did the math on this. So let's assume, and this is a big assumption, let's assume you do get 8 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah.
Okay? You get the full 8 recommended hours of sleep. That leaves 16 waking hours. 120 cigarettes over the course of 16 hours means that Tallulah Bankhead would be smoking approximately 1 cigarette every 10 minutes.
Can be done.
But for the whole day with no breaks.
I know.
That's assuming that you don't stop to eat, stop for work, because then she has to make up her quota.
Yeah, that's
if
right.
she had to record or like film for an hour,
That's right.
She's now got to cram like 7 more.
I wonder if she's smoking like a few puffs and then putting it out.
I know. I wonder that too. But yeah, so she was the inspiration for Cruella de Vil.
Sweet.
And then I've got this other interesting villainess. Ursula the mermaid from The Little Mermaid. And this is, they basically just tell the story of The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
As you can imagine. Though they do say this, which I enjoyed. Quote, the movie's bad girl is a half octopus, half human sea witch. And then yada, 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 yada. When her scheme is uncovered, Ursula conjures up a storm at sea to kill Ariel and her prince. But her villainy backfires. She's impaled by the ship's bow and then electrocuted by lightning. Ouch. That's what it says in the book.
Ouch indeed.
So then I've got some Willy facts on top. I
Yeah.
looked up the inspiration for Ursula. Do you already know?
Divine.
It's Divine,
Yeah.
yes. The American actor and drag queen Divine, best known from Pink Flamingos and other films by John Waters. Divine had eyeshadow that went up to basically the top of her head.
Yeah.
And she had the same body shape as Ursula, aside from the tentacles.
Of course.
Presumably.
Yeah.
Or including the tentacles. I don't know. Supposedly, Divine once said the following to John Waters. When I was young, all I wanted was to be a Disney villain. How cool is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Divine died before The Little Mermaid came out, so never got to see that come true. But I do think it's worth, I don't know, shout out to Walt Disney for making such a direct parallel between their like huge Disney villain Ursula and Divine, who in the movie Pink Flamingos is in a number of increasingly revolting scenes that center on exhibitionism, voyeurism, sodomy, masturbation, gluttony, vomit, rape, incest, murder, animal cruelty, cannibalism, castration, foot fetishism, and concludes with the accompaniment of how much is that doggy in the window where Divine eats dog poop.
Yeah.
Quote from John Waters, "It's the real thing." and that's what the Disney villain is based on.
Yeah. It's inspirational.
Literally eats dog poop.
No, I've never seen Pink Flamingos.
I don't want to see pink flamingos.
neither.
No, I've heard.
I've been aware.
I've seen clips of pink flamingos.
Yeah.
I'm good. I know John Waters' legacy. I've seen a lot of John Waters' work. I don't want to see pink flamingos.
Nah.
I get the gist.
Same.
You know, I think it's okay to say I get the gist.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Fine by me.
All right.
All right, you want me to read some stuff?
Yes, please.
Okay. Here are some ghost busting tips that I
Hell
had
yeah.
never heard before, some of these. So you know you've got ghosts. Now what do? Here are 5 tips. Number 1, talk to the ghost. Let him know that this is your house and he must stop bothering you or leave immediately. Shout if you must.
That's a good one. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
You can choose not to be haunted.
Just talk to them, be like, please no.
Yeah.
And hopefully if it's a reasonable person in the afterlife, they'll be like, all right, this isn't the place for me.
Shut it down, ghost.
Right.
Not
No,
in the mood for
thank
no
you.
ghost-ass summer.
No, I ain't in the mood for no ghosts. 2, shoe shuffle. Put your shoes at the foot of your bed with one shoe pointing one way and the other pointing in the opposite direction. This confuses the ghost and they leave.
Yeah, that's weaker.
It is weaker. 3, get the dirt. Take a scoop of dirt from the path to your front door and dump it in a nearby graveyard. The ghost will follow.
Oh,
So,
that's
yeah.
weird. I've never heard that one.
I haven't either. I know. All right. 4, paint your front door red. Ghosts won't enter a home with a red door.
I've seen The Haunting of Hill House.
Never heard that. I've heard that having your front door red is good luck, and maybe they're connected.
Huh. That's
know?
interesting. Okay.
I know. 5, get out the vacuum. If all else fails, clean your house. Ghosts don't like clean homes.
Sounds like Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, you're right.
Use your poltergust.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Now that reminds me, there was also one in here that was about like vampire facts that I had never heard before, and I feel like that would be a good compliment.
I will say that shoe thing of like point one shoe one way and the other way. That sounds like those vampire things where it's like, if you're attacked by a vampire, spill mustard seeds on the ground.
Yeah.
Vampires can't stop themselves from counting mustard seeds.
That's right.
Like, who the hell?
That's right.
What?
Okay, here are some vampire basics. It's a simple guide that will tell you everything you need to know about how to decide if your next door neighbor is a vampire.
Oh.
The telltale signs of a vampire. Some of these are like, yes, of course. Some of them I've never heard before. A vampire casts no reflection. It cannot be seen in a mirror or a photograph.
Yes.
Of course.
Classic.
A vampire is allergic to sunlight. It can only go out at night. Duh. A vampire cannot be heard over telephone lines. This one is new to me.
Okay, I'm fine with this. This feels like an extension of can't be seen in a photograph. Right, technology
so.
and vampire are not compatible.
I guess so, but I feel like the photograph thing is really just sort of like a connection to the reflection deal. Like its image can't be captured.
Yeah, well, yeah, and I guess its voice cannot be captured either.
Yeah, no, I guess that's true.
But so when would that ever come up? Like,
I don't know.
do you hear that in the background? Blah, blah. I don't hear anything in the background of your phone call.
No, and if they can't be heard over telephone lines, they're certainly not going to be using them. So
Right, yeah.
It's a moot point.
Can you hear me now? Blah.
It's a really good joke.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Vampires cannot or will not cross running water. Does that... It rings like the very, very faintest of bells to me. However, like, you know, vamps came over in that ship.
Yes. Yes.
Dracula.
Dracula, Nosferatu. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know about that.
That's
But I guess
very
that's not
sleepy.
crossing. It's coming with.
It's one of those technicality
I know,
things.
but do
I'm
they
not
mean-
crossing the water.
Do they mean literally they can't like
Right.
do a cross
A perpendicular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Allie and I were recently where George Washington crossed the Delaware. And they're all
Did you
like,
get chills?
yeah. Chills, thrills, spills. They're all like statues of like, look, he did it.
Yeah.
You have any idea how thin that gap was?
No, quite
It's like
thin.
nothing. I could
Oh.
swim across it and, I don't know, probably
Anybody can do it.
probably still take me a while.
Yeah, you know.
But I was like, what a tiny gap. Now
I could take that gap.
just to be clear, I'm reveling in being a complete ignoramus.
Of course.
It also was supposedly so goddamn cold. It was the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and it was so cold. There was a storm, and you couldn't see. They left one shore, and they couldn't even see the other. And
I
it
can
and it
barely
was
do
a tiny
anything.
gap.
Yeah.
But I was looking at it, and I love it when I'm with Allie, and I can poo-poo things that are remarkable. And be like,
Yeah.
Look at this, Al. What was he, an idiot?
Yeah.
Why is it such a big deal that he cried? And she's like, all right, shut up.
Anybody can cross this gap.
We went to the city. Just the other day. I got Al tickets to go see a show for her birthday, and once we parked and we got out of the car, I started turning. I said to her, like, "This is the Big Apple." They call it. I was like, "So this is." You may have seen this in movies. All the best people come here, and she was immediately sick of me doing this joke. And then I pointed to Carnegie Deli, and I went, Carnegie Hall. So a lot of people play here. And she was like, can you stop doing
Enough.
this? I did this so much. I'd be like, so this is where, like Danny DeVito would come.
Yeah.
It's
a great joke.
I thought it was dynamite. I love it. Don't understand why she was annoyed by it. Perhaps because it's annoying.
I don't know.
One theory.
Maybe. It's worth floating. Vampires are shapeshifters. They turn into bats, wolves, or wisps of smoke to travel. Wisp of smoke was new to me.
I knew that only because of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where you play as Alucard. Did you catch Alucard?
No.
Look at it backwards.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Dracula himself.
Very good. And that vampires grow stronger as they get older, which I didn't know.
That's weird. It's opposite for humans,
I know.
where we get much, much weaker.
Basically weaker.
It's weird.
Except for Donald Trump, because he's storing up all his energy. You know what I mean? Like if you don't use your energy.
His theory is proving to be true, by the way, that you
I
can only
know.
have so much energy in your body. He's used so little, he's going to live forever.
Just in case you don't know, Donald Trump has a theory that you shouldn't exercise or do anything because you only have a finite amount of energy in your body. So to do anything like that is wasting that energy, and that will weaken you.
I'm on that program.
It's like it's working out great. Okay, so how to protect yourself. Some of these, of course, garlic, cross. I hadn't heard this. Roses. Plant wild roses in your yard. Most vampires hate them.
Huh.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that. I guess that's the only other one that is new to me. It was light. Keep your home well lit. A bright light will temporarily blind a vampire.
Okay.
I don't know. I knew they didn't like the sun.
But you can get that out of my
That
eyes.
LED is too bright, and that you can't invite them in.
Yeah, big time. Okay, so an interesting mix of like old standbys and some new vampire lore.
Yeah, there were some that I just never heard before.
I like that. I've got a couple of jokes, a couple of quotes, and then I can hit you with either something gross or stupid.
Gross, please.
Gross? Okay.
Since we're doing toilets, when in Rome.
May as well be gross. It's the grossest thing
Okay.
I've found so far.
Great.
But first, a joke. What happened when the ghost got lost in the fog?
I don't know.
He was missed.
Okay.
And then here are some quotes about fear?
Okay. About fear itself.
Kind of. To be honest, I'm scared to death of roller coaster rides. Liam Neeson.
Oh, is it just like famous people's fears?
Sort of. I suspect that whoever wrote this Uncle John's just searched for any celebrity quote that uses the word fear,
Yeah.
as you'll see.
Okay.
I'm the kind of person that when I get up to go to the bathroom, I have this big long hallway and I just know someone's going to jump out and get me. Britney Spears.
Okay.
And don't let the fear of striking out hold you back. Babe Ruth.
I was going to guess Babe Ruth.
Why is that last one
I don't know.
not a fear of Babe Ruth's? It's encouraging advice. Don't let the fear of striking out
really
hold you
funny.
back. Someone didn't do any work on this book, and it shows. This book sucks ass. Don't let the fear of striking out hold you back.
That's
Babe
really
Ruth.
funny. Yeah, that's not a fear.
You should have been like, to be honest, I'm afraid of mice.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yes.
Ironically, I'm not afraid of bats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
That's awesome.
And then here's my gross story, and I think we'll stop reading The Haunted Outhouse for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause I still have more that I'm not even going to get to.
Of course.
Such
Look,
as-
we can use it in an unused research episode.
Or another one of these.
Sure.
I have a whole thing I won't read to you from the section Harry Potty and the Chamber Pot of Secrets.
Is it about potties?
Yeah. The first section, I don't even remember. I literally don't remember what's in here. But the first section of that is Grandma's Gotta Go. I have no idea what's in there. Wrote it this week in my research. Have no idea what it says.
Oh my
Instead,
God.
here's something gross.
Great.
Okay? Exploding urine.
What?
Exploding urine.
Okay.
Subheader, here's a whiz of an idea.
Okay.
All right. For centuries, some scientists, called alchemists until 1834, were obsessed with the idea of turning cheap metals, like lead and iron, into gold. They did all kinds of experiments, including this one. In 1669, a German alchemist named Hennig Brand urinated in a tub and let it stand for several days.
Oh, God.
He then boiled the putrefied urine until all that was left was a stinking paste.
Ew, this is disgusting. You're right.
I told you.
No, I know.
You asked for this.
I did.
It's not my fault.
No.
It says it in the book, and you wanted it. I'm a middleman. He heated the paste, hoping that the vapors it emitted would settle into a container of water and condense into gold.
What?
And then in parentheses,
Just because it's yellow?
yes. So here's my own note, my own editorializing. I will say there's an editorializing from Uncle John that just says, really, Hennig?
Yeah.
And then my thought was this, like, I agree with Uncle John. I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of pathetic, desperate attempt is that? You've tried everything else on the planet.
Right.
And now Hennig Brand is like, I don't know, pea is yellow, gold is yellow.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any other evidence.
My boss expects results on
Right.
Friday.
What is the other connection between pea and gold? Nothing.
There's a tub. I got a whiz. Idea. It'll look like I've been busy if I do something stupid.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. So it didn't work.
Of course it didn't.
Okay? You can't pee into a Mr. Coffee and get Taster's Choice. All right? To borrow a phrase.
Of course.
Back to the book.
To borrow a phrase from Dana Carvey as Ross Perot.
Dana Carvey as Ross Perot riffing off of Waterworld.
Yes. Just in case it's bothering anybody.
Where Kevin Costner does pee into a device that turns his water into potable, drinkable water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it didn't work. Quote, what remained was a white, waxy substance that glowed in the dark.
What?
What? Maybe that's what black
Why?
lights see? Right?
Yeah,
I don't
maybe.
know.
Yeah.
When Hennig exposed the substance to air, kapowie, it exploded into flames.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Brand had managed to isolate a previously unknown substance, white phosphorus.
Oh.
So completely by mistake, this, I'm going to go ahead and say, fool
Yeah.
who peed in a tub and thought it would make gold happen.
Oh my God.
This will make gold happen, I bet he said. he discovered something that's useful.
Yeah.
Quote, the discovery of white phosphorus was an important one in early chemistry, wrote Theodore Gray in Popular Science magazine. Just mix it with water, you get phosphoric acid, a chemical now added to skincare products, anti-nausea medicine, which I could use right about now, dental cement, fuel cells, and cola drinks.
Have we found another way to get it?
This is still the only way. Everyone start peeing in tubs. You can have your own white phosphorus parties. So the next time you gulp down a cold Coke or Pepsi, say a big thank you to Hennig Brand's incredible exploding pee.
Wow. Incredible. Thanks, Hennig.
Thank you. You know what? I have precious little of my research left. Maybe I will, if you'll
Sure.
indulge me.
Sure.
Do you want to hear Grandma's Gotta Go?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
From the section Harry Potty and the Chamber Pot of Secrets?
Of course I do.
All right. A woman named Candace shared this story on a ghost study website. Quote, one day I was laying in my bed petting my cat. All of a sudden, something compelled me to take a picture of my bathroom.
Okay.
It's weird. I asked my daughter to grab the camera, and I took a picture of the bathroom. When I looked at the photo, I saw a face right beside the toilet. It looked a lot like my grandmother, who died a few years ago. Why is her face is next to the toilet? How low?
What? Yeah.
Between the tank?
Hi.
Between the tank and the counter? Like, why was my grandma hiding like behind the toilet?
Seriously.
It was weird.
If she's going to visit and you're on your bed petting your cat, like, why doesn't she hang out with you and your cat on the bed? Why is she in the toilet?
Right. Yeah, why is grandma crouching next to the bowl as it goes?
Well, I guess as you wrote, grandma's got to go.
Grandma's got to go. You're right. Great point. Great point.
Thank you.
Great point. And the last of the last, because I was so negative on the haunted outhouse or whatever it's called, I wanted to see if anyone else felt the same way that I did. So I looked at reviews of the book.
Yeah.
All right. So here are some 5-star reviews. Ron from Canada had this to say: beautiful product. My grandchild is going to love this under the Christmas tree.
Ah.
Okay.
So he didn't even crack it.
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Maez gave it a 5 out of 5 and said, very good and tells good stories. Going on to say, yes, I like it.
Oh, great. That might have been one of the children reading it.
Yes, I like it.
Yes, I like it.
But then I have a voice of dissent from Jeremy.
There's always got to be one.
From Jeremy on Goodreads. This is a terrible, half-baked collection of Halloween stories and activities. Kids are simply bored by the spooky stories, which resemble a collection of 5th grade reading, creative writing assignments. The Monkey's Butt may well be the worst parody I have ever read. So I leapt ahead to the end of the book and I read it.
What was it?
Gerald goes to a garage sale, Kristen, and he rummages about until he finds in a box of stuff a tail? A furry tail? And it's still attached to the monkey's butt? Now, this is a riff on the monkey's paw, where every time you make a wish, the hand on the paw curls in, one finger, and the wish you might wish, like, goes wrong. Like, I wish I was taller.
Yeah.
And then everyone else in the world gets, like, squished down.
Yeah,
right? So you're taller, but at what cost, right? Okay. That was a weird example, but...
No, weirdly, what I was going to say was a tall example.
Really?
Yeah, was that like you get really, really tall, but now you can't fit into any rooms.
Yeah, but you're so tall you can't even get inside a house. Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you're taller. Your wish was ambiguous.
So are you happy?
So here's what happens. Wish 1. I wish there was a water park in this neighborhood so I'd never be bored again. The tail twitches. Now here's the cost.
It's where the tail twitches, but not the butt. Like, I feel like the butt would be more fun for a kid.
Well, they keep calling it the monkey's butt.
Yeah.
You'd think the tail would curl more or something, but it's just the tail twitches. Again, some of that weakness.
If you're even going to have this be called the monkey's butt, why even have there be like a tail or something? It should be like a baboon butt.
Ew.
I know.
But yes, I think you're thinking along the lines of Jeremy on Goodreads, who agrees that this is weak. Mm-hmm. So, water park in town, okay? There is going to be one, but at what cost? His ancient dog, Arfie, gets hit by a truck that is constructing the new water park. Wow. And the driver feels so bad that he gives him lifetime passes to Water Wonder World.
Yeah, but...
Gerald stared at the monkey butt clasped in his hand. What had he done? All right. Yeah. Later that night, he makes wish number 2.
Monkey butt clasped in his hand.
Yeah. He makes wish number 2.
Is this monkey butt?
I know, it's hard to picture, isn't it? It's all very confusing.
Yeah.
He says, I wish Arfie was undead.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The tail twitches and his mom instantly screams downstairs. He follows a trail of muddy footprints to find Gerald. Gerald finds Arfie, who doesn't look or smell very good at all. He sure is undead and falling apart, like his ear falls off. Mm-hmm. So that's wish 2. Now, his parents make him take Arfie to the water park, which is weird.
Yeah.
But the water park people won't let Arfie come in. So Gerald's really between a rock and a hard place here, Kristen. What's he going to do?
He's going to make a wish?
Wish number 3. I love you so much, buddy. And I wish everyone loved you just as much as I do.
Oh, God.
The cost. The next morning at breakfast, Gerald showed Arfie the headline in the News Daily. Incredible zombie dog loved worldwide.
Oh.
And here's how the book concludes. Quote, from then on, Gerald kept a roll of tape on hand to reattach the parts that kept falling off his undead dog. Arfie didn't mind one bit. And Gerald always threw the monkey butt ahead of them as they walked to the water park. Fetch, Arfie, fetch. The end.
It doesn't seem so bad that Arfie was beloved worldwide.
No,
What's the monkey paw problem there?
I suppose it's a joke conclusion, but
yeah.
Again, Jeremy's opinion.
I thought everybody was me pulling parts off Arfie.
The monkey's butt may well be the worst parody I have ever read.
Yeah, I guess again, I agree with Jeremy.
The end.
Well, thank you all for taking this journey with us through Uncle John's Bathroom Reader. We hope you enjoyed this collection of facts and stories.
I don't even care if you didn't.
Yeah. It's over. It's too late.
It's too late.
Yeah.
You're here now.
Yeah.
You
right.
must have gotten something out of it.
I suppose so. As we said, you can go to patreon.com/GTTUpod if you would like to check out our second weekly podcast, The Netherworld Dispatch. It rules. Join the Discord over there. Everybody there rules. You're all great. Everybody who listens and supports the show, leaves us reviews, tells their friends about us. You are all very, very cool, and thank you.
For real, for real. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed. I was kidding. Or was I?
Well, I am.
We've never read Uncle John's over on the Netherworld Dispatch.
No.
That feed is untainted by Uncle John.
You're safe.
Did Uncle John ever have like a TV show? You know how like sometimes
Yeah.
these like niche like fad products, like this is a gag gift. This is like giving somebody a pet rock. You get them the
totally.
Uncle
It's like
Johns.
having the Sea Monkeys TV show or something.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if Uncle John ever tried his hand at some other medium.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, like an Uncle John game show. Because it's trivia.
Yeah, exactly. I really feel like that's not impossible, or
No.
at least it was in development or something.
Yeah, I think.
Well, hopefully we
possible.
never find out, everybody, because
right.
we'd cover it. So thank you so much for hanging out, everybody. Follow at GTTU Pod to find out when we're going live, when we have new stuff coming out. You can also follow us.
Yep, I'm at Chillin' Kristen.
I'm at The Myth Traveler. So we'll put the books down and be back with something different next week.
Yeah.
But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the Netherworld, go we. Flush.
Consider this show flushed. Uh-oh. The water's coming back up.
Oh no, it's clogged.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Get the plunger.
Oh, the pee is exploding.
Dr. Brand.
Huh?